We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, Cardi B is calling out fans and also content creators who've been trying to take money from her pockets. Recently, she was in a bit of controversy as she was announced as one of the ambassadors for Old Navy, and being that she is not always a positive person on social media. She's dragged people online, talked about people's bodies. A lot of people weren't happy with the fact that she was the brand ambassador. She has since went on another coke rant about people trying to take money from her pockets by complaining to the corporation.
And a propaganda, they trying to take me out of here, trying to take money out my fucking pockets. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, guess what you can't do? You can't take money off my company, bitch, because this is my company, owned by the brim. Yeah, Grow Good is owned by me. So
let me know how y'all feel about that. She called it propaganda. She said y'all can't take money from her business, Grow Good, even though I probably can bet is no good and not really profiting like she's pretending. I remember she pretended Whip Shots was profitable. She pretended the Playboy deal was profitable. Those all flopped. So I don't believe anything Cardi B says. But not only that, Cardi B put out a collaboration with Nipsey, R.I.P. Didn't listen to the song at all. But unfortunately, the collaboration debuted with 19,000 streams. Okay, it features Cardi B, Ty Dolla $ign. It's a Nipsey Hussle and Bino song, but it did not do well, unfortunately, its first day on FALL0UT. Now, in my opinion, the Nipsey estate deserves 50,000 lashes. How dare y'all ruin Nipsey's legacy with a trash collaboration, and then now the collaboration is flopping? Like, I don't understand what was the point. I hate when labels and the estates do that, where they want to make money off a dead person and they're trying to put out music that just don't need to come out. That could have been kept in a stash. Like, it's not like she wrote her verse anyway. We know Partisan Fontaine really wrote it. So what was the point? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this was an unnecessary collaboration. And Nipsey, no shade, don't need to be putting out music. Let his legacy live on and people view him in a positive light. Now people are going to be talking about how his album flopped. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat called Tyga out for using AI on his album. She said Tyga is a penis for making an AI album. He has clapped back at Doja Cat and at Pitchfork, who gave him a 0 for his album. Tyga did an interview with TMZ and he said, I don't know what Pitchfork is. All I know is the devil uses a pitchfork. Unfortunately, Gen Z can't read. What I said was this: I use AI assisted things in the production. All the vocals are me. I wrote all the songs. When it comes to the 80s synths and the guitar solos, yes, I use AI for that. But I didn't make a full AI album. I was in the studio for 3 months working on this. Okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it. I guess what he was working on, people feel like it was trash. And Doja Cat has inserted her 2 cents. Now, I know a lot of artists don't like AI, and that's understandable, but I feel like it wasn't really worth talking about because Tyga has been flopping for years. I would have paid that dust. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even doing a review on his album. Who listens to Tyga in 2026? Okay? Like, nobody checking for Tyga. I feel like you really don't need to acknowledge the fact that Tyga used AI, whether it was in production or not, because he's irrelevant. Now, I can understand if it was Drake, The Weeknd, which allegedly they do use AI, Beyonce, then it would make more sense because they are bigger artists with bigger influence. Tyga has no influence on the culture or in rap in general right now. And in my opinion, he just copied Tory Lanez. Let's just be very honest. He literally copy and pasted what Tory did like 2 years ago. So in my opinion, again, he's not original, and I feel like he's irrelevant musically. You know, Doja Cat shouldn't even acknowledged him, but fans are calling Doja Cat out, saying, you know, Tyga did give her a cosign. She should have never, you know, said anything negative about him. So that's what fans were saying on social media. Now, moving on from that, Megan Thee Stallion claps back at people who were calling her out for saying that some artists who go viral on the internet, their music is trash, but because they go viral on the internet, basically people like it. Now, she said, I know a lot of y'all love to hate me, so these rage bait captions get lots of engagement. But here's the full context if you want to see a beautiful interview with me and the former First Lady. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Here's my thing with Megan Thee Stallion. I'm tired of the sympathy, you know, tweets, the sympathy interviews, the sympathy this and that. Like, if you know people don't like you or hate you, get off the internet, maybe. I don't know. I feel like if you feel like people don't like you, she claims in her interview that she recently did that she doesn't have X, she doesn't have Instagram on her phone, which is a complete lie because she tweeting and posting and twerking all over social media. But if you feel like people don't like you on the internet, maybe you should get off the internet. That's my whole thing. I feel like you trigger yourself and nobody's sympathizing with you. Nobody's sympathizing with you except the delusional stans that don't buy your music. Okay? Like, I'm not sympathizing with you just because you say, oh, I know you guys love to hate me. Okay, get off the internet. Move. Like, you know what I'm saying? No one's looking forward to Act 3 anyway. It's not gonna sell. Like, I guarantee you, what Dottie wants to bet me. I guarantee you this album's not selling over 100K first week. Even though she got 3 Grammys. We can definitely bet coin on that. Okay, for somebody that's been in the game as long as Megan Thee Stallion has been in the game since 2016, she rarely ever sells over 100K first week, and her albums do not stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? She hasn't had a hit in like the last 5 years. So if Thotty wants to bet me on that, we can go. But I'm not here for the sympathy train. Like, stop. Now, it also was announced that Megan Thee Stallion has signed a new distribution partnership with Interscope Records, and that she will continue owning her masters for her recent music. She doesn't own Big Ol' Freak and Cash Nasty and Realer. She doesn't own those masters. It's for her newer music from, I think, Act 1 till now. Okay? Now, with that being said, a lot of fans are speculating that Megan Thee Stallion was dropped from Warner, because remember, she had a distribution deal with Warner and Devil Nation, and now she's going to Interscope. So a lot of people are like, why is she label hopping? Because she did have a distribution deal with Warner. You know, then she had Rock Nation as her distribution deal as well. And then now it seems as though she's going to a third label after she was already under 1501 years ago. Seems like she label hopping because, according to the fans, the music not selling. So she allegedly got dropped from Warner. That's what the streets are saying, that she got dropped. Because why are you label hopping? I want to know how Megan's going to explain that to us. Like, why are you changing labels so often? Now, moving on from that, we definitely have to discuss how the industry turned TDE and Young Money against each other. Now, if you guys remember, last year, Nicki Minaj and SZA got into it. And obviously, people talk about the Drake and Kendrick beef all the time because that was one of the biggest rap beefs in history. Now, despite Nicki Minaj and SZA's issues, SZA recently liked a video of Nicki Minaj's looking ass. And a lot of fans are saying SZA loves her some Nicki, despite them getting into it last year. Now, how it started was Nicki Minaj said minus 30 million about Doechii. This tweet was about Doechii for losing 30 million monthly listeners when she had 59 million when Anxiety came out. After that, it went down tremendously when it comes to streams and monthly listeners. Unfortunately, SZA, who is also signed to TDE, did not like it and said, Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait, silly goose, which caused Nicki and SZA to go back and forth for days. And then SZA revealed that Nicki asked for a collaboration. When Nicki said she didn't really know SZA's music or catalog, SZA said, Nicki, you absolutely know my music and what I contribute because you asked for features twice to no response. In addition to rapping my lyrics on Feeling Myself, LOL, you're having a moment, I'm sure why, but be blessed. Then she posted the receipts of Nicki Minaj asking for a collaboration. A lot of people want to know why that collaboration never happened. Well, the industry exec that don't like Nicki told SZA not to work with Nicki Minaj. That's what happened. And that's why SZA declined Nicki's collaboration, but she did want to work with her. And this is probably why she's still liking videos and pictures of Nicki Minaj. I'm sure she's regretful of how, the industry was really behind her issues with Nicki Minaj and probably with Champagne Thickums and Drake, because the Kendrick and Drake beef was also orchestrated by Camel Face, just like he's orchestrated the Meek Mill and Champagne Thickums beef as well. But Kendrick also doesn't really like Drake, never did, and that's why he's been throwing shots at Drake since, the Control verse. Since the Control verse, they've always had issues. Now, moving on from that, Tyla was caught wearing ASAP the colorist jewelry, allegedly, according to the fans. Tyla posted on Instagram and said, I'ma leave every rumor to rock from now on. Have fun. A-pop. Now, she didn't really debunk that she was wearing ASAP the colorist jewelry, but some people are saying that it's not really his, that it just looks like his chain. But even if it doesn't belong to him, I think Tyla purposely wore it so people would think that it was ASAP's, because let's be honest, it's clear as day she don't like Rihanna and Rihanna do not like her. So this would obviously get under Rihanna's skin, okay? And Rihanna be on social media. Just because she don't post like she used to, she be on social media. Now, do I think that Tyla is sleeping with ASAP the colorist? No. Now, Pissy Face Carisha, Young Toilet Seat, says that she's coming like Beyonce on her next tour following the success of Spend That. She added that she is taking her time making sure her production comes out like Beyonce's, since she dropped out of Boss Man D-Lo's tour. Let me know how y'all feel about it. There's no way in hell Carisha could come like Beyonce, especially since Beyonce performs in stadiums only. She hasn't done an arena tour in years. It's stadiums and huge festivals. And Carisha's not getting no stadium tour budget off of one fucking song. She needs to stop lying, okay? All Carisha do is get peed on and lie. She just lies so easily. I'm like, how you gonna get a Beyonce production? Cardi B not even getting that. We saw how cheap Cardi B's tour was. Like, let's stop with the cap. And I'm tired of people always want to be compared to Beyonce. Like, y'all gotta stop always trying to compare yourself to Beyonce. Y'all not gonna be Beyonce. Y'all not gonna ever be on her level. Just shut up and just do your own thing. Stop trying to copy the queen. I'm like, does she really think people believe that because one song blew up? Like, that's not even how labels work. Labels don't give you no Beyonce budget for no damn tour off of one fucking song. Now, if you had an album that sold, possibly 200,000 or more, then, you might get near a Beyonce budget for a tour, but not even that much, because Beyonce spends like 50 $40 million on her tour production alone. Okay. And she puts her own money behind that. She's not putting 20, 30, is 40 to $50 million in her tour production. It's Stadium World Tour. So stop with the lies, Carisha. And to be quite honest, I just don't think Spendat deserved, the type of success it has gotten, because to me, it is a whack-ass song. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I got some very hot tea on Luigi David the singer, Perez Hilton, Selena, and her mother defrauding investors with their mental health company. Got tea on that on Patreon. Link would be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day.